Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're looking at something pretty interesting in the enterprise AI space.
Oh, yeah. What have we got?
It's this collaboration between Security.AI, Databricks, and Anthropic.
Ah, right. Security, Databricks, Anthropic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen some chatter about that. Helping big companies use AI, but, safely.
Exactly. We're going to dig into how they're combining their tech to tackle that whole challenge of using sensitive data with these powerful AI models.
Okay, so think things like Anthropic's Claude models, right? Running on Databricks.
Precisely. The integration of Claude onto Databricks' data intelligence platform, that's their Mosaic AI, and then Security's Gencore AI layered in.
Gotcha. So the goal here for our deep dive is to sort of unpack how this three-way partnership works.
Yeah, how it helps companies use their own data for AI, but keeps everything, secure, compliant, governed, all that good stuff.
Because that's the hurdle, isn't it? So many firms are eager, they've got the data, they see the potential of AI.
But the control, the safety, that's where things get tricky. Big roadblocks.
Definitely. Okay, so let's get into this power of three. Anthropic's Claude on Databricks Mosaic AI platform. What does that unlock, just initially?
Well, it creates a much stronger ecosystem, right, for actually doing enterprise AI.
Right. Databricks gives you that solid data foundation to manage them tools.
And Claude brings the advanced AI brainpower. It's a potent mix.
A really potent mix.
Oh,
Almost like having the engine and the chassis.
but needing the secure fuel lines, and that's where Securiti comes in. With Gencore AI,
That seems to be the angle, yeah. Gencore AI is positioned as the piece that makes that Databricks Anthropic setup more secure, compliant, and scalable for real-world use.
so it's the enabler, making the potential actually usable confidently.
Exactly. It's that critical layer. The intelligent plumbing and security system, maybe, allows companies to tap into the innovation without constantly worrying about data leaks or compliance fines.
Okay, so let's focus on Gencore AI then. It's described as foundational. How does it actually help? It sounds like it tackles getting data from everywhere.
Yeah, that's a big part of it. It's designed to simplify building these AI pipelines, pulling data from potentially hundreds of different systems.
And not just the neat, organized data, but the messy stuff too, the unstructured data.
Critically, yes. Both structured and that huge chunk of unstructured data. Someone mentioned a figure, like 90% of company data is unstructured.
Wow, 90%. Okay, that's
Yeah.
massive.
It is. So Gencore AI aims to let you safely use all of that with Databricks, Mosaic AI, and Anthropic Claude.
Oh, it mentions full contextual intelligence across the landscape. Sounds a bit buzzwordy.
It does, yeah. But let's break it down. It seems to come down to a few key capabilities this partnership enables.
All right, first one is safe unstructured data piping. What does that involve?
So this is where their data command graph comes in. Think of it as like a smart map of all your data, wherever it lives, SaaS apps, cloud storage, private clouds.
Okay, a map.
Because it understands the context, what the data is, who uses it, how sensitive it is. It can intelligently select the right files for an AI task.
And it does more than just select.
Right. Crucially, it sanitizes it. It cleans out or masks sensitive info before that data gets pulled into Databricks Delta tables. So the security and privacy checks happen early, based on context.
Got it. Smart data movement, not just bulk transfer. What's the second capability? Key data controls for scaled AI.
This is about the ongoing protection as you use the AI more broadly.
Like what kind of controls?
Things like data sanitization, as we mentioned, but also LLM firewalls, basically monitoring the prompts going into and the outputs coming out of the AI model itself.
Ah, controlling the interaction with the AI.
Yes. And entitlement controls, making absolutely sure only the right users access the right data, even within the AI application. Plus, that graph gives you visibility, provenance. You can track the data's journey.
Like an audit trail for the data used by the AI.
Exactly. And they mentioned this aligns with things like the OWASP top 10 for LLMs. So recognize security practices for AI systems.
Makes sense. Building security in, not adding it later. Okay. Third capability. Personalized, permission-aware AI applications. How does securing the data enable personalization?
Well, if you have this rich, diverse pool of data, including unstructured stuff, and it's already been vetted for security and permissions.
Then the AI can use it more effectively.
Right. Databricks and Claude can leverage that context-rich data to give you more tailored outputs, more personalized insights or interactions.
But critically, Gencore AI is still acting as the guardrail.
Precisely. It ensures that even in that personalized application, the underlying user permissions, the entitlements, are always respected. You get personalization without sacrificing security.
Okay, so Gencore AI secures the data pipeline into Databricks, making it ready for Claude. How does it specifically boost what Claude can do, amplify it?
Well, think about that 90% unstructured data figure again.
Yeah, it's huge.
Claude models are powerful, but they thrive on good data. If Gencore AI could discover, classify, and importantly, prepare and sanitize that vast amount of unstructured data across the whole organization.
Then Claude has much better, safer fuel to work with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It allows Claude to be trained or perform tasks using a much richer, more relevant, but still governed data set, leading to better, more domain-specific AI agents, for example.
That makes sense. Better ingredients make a better cake. But it's not just preparing the data, right? There's this point about honoring access entitlements.
Yes, and this seems quite unique. It's not just checking permissions when the data is first pulled.
Okay.
Gencore AI apparently maintains the context of those permissions throughout the entire pipeline. So as data moves, as it's processed by Claude,
The system still knows who is allowed to see the resulting information.
that's the idea. So the AI's output respects the original user entitlements tied to the input data. It prevents users from accidentally seeing data through the AI that they couldn't access directly.
That's actually a really crucial point for security and compliance. Okay, and the last piece for amplifying Claude was full AI system provenance.
Right, back to that data command graph, because it maps everything out.
You get traceability.
Deep traceability, down to the file level, apparently. You can see the lineage where data came from, how it was transformed, how Claude used it.
Which is essential for, well, for trust, right, and for audits.
Absolutely. For governance, for meeting regulations, both current ones and likely future ones, and just for understanding how your AI system is actually working. Debugging too, probably.
Okay, so let's tie this all together. For an organization listening, what's the real-world impact? What are the main benefits of this Security Databricks Anthropic setup?
I think there are a few key takeaways. One, it seems designed to make building AI systems faster and more production-ready. Scalable.
Moving beyond just experiments.
Right. Two, security isn't an afterthought. It's embedded throughout. Secure by design.
Which is what everyone says they want.
Indeed. Three, compliance. That provenance tracking is huge for proving how AI systems work and meeting regulatory demands.
Addresses a major concern right now.
Definitely. And four, transparency and governability. That graph-based visibility gives you a clearer picture of these complex systems.
So overall, it sounds like it's providing that foundational trust layer that maybe has been missing for some companies to really dive into AI.
I think that's a good way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
As companies pour more money into AI, having this kind of integrated governance, security, and that contextual intelligence,
Mm-hmm.
it seems pretty critical for success.
It's about enabling innovation, but responsibly.
Exactly. Gencore AI's controls, combined with Databricks platform and Claude's capabilities, look like they offer that framework. It helps companies grab the Gen AI opportunity.
While also building in controls for whatever comes next, setting a secure foundation.
Precisely. Establishing that control layer for future development, too.
Okay, so maybe a final thought for our listeners. Think about all that data you have, especially the 90% that's likely unstructured. Emails, documents, chats, call logs.
Right, all that rich information.
What could you actually do with it if you could safely unlock it with something like Claude? This partnership seems to offer one potential pathway.
A pathway to not just use AI, but to do it in a controlled, compliant way, which ultimately might be the way to get the most value and impact out of it.
A really interesting development to watch. Thanks for breaking that down.
My pleasure. It's definitely a space moving incredibly fast.